Hello, hello Aquarius. Welcome to your October 2018 overview reading. This is going to be good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Aquarius. And let's see, if you don't know what your sun, moon, and rising sign is, I'm going to go ahead and post the name of the website that I like to use for natal charts. So that is where you can go. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just like that site. And I do have some exciting news at the end of this video or in some other housekeeping stuff, which I'll take care of. And I also want to let you know that I do now have a mailbox, which I'm super, super stoked about. I'm really excited to be able to connect with you guys through actual tangible mail. And I thought that would be a lot of fun just to play around with and see what I can do with that. I don't really have any expectations, but I'll talk more about that at the end. So yeah, let's go ahead and dig right into this. Now, what I'd like to recommend is that if you have something that you would like to show up during the reading, go ahead and set your intention. Feel into your body. If anything's coming up, just go ahead and honor that. And first thing for Aquarius is compassion. Compassion for yourself. Compassion for the parts of you that are damaged, compassion for the wounds that you have, compassion for how far you've come, compassion for the areas that you still need to grow. This is just about having compassion for your whole self, even the parts that you would like to improve, even the parts of you that you're trying to challenge and outgrow. You still want to look at those parts of yourself with love and kindness. And that is honestly such a stark message that's coming through. Like, it's blatantly clear to me what's happening here. So that just looks really, really solid. And this isn't always easy. Okay, so this is really for yourself. I'm getting that as a strong having compassion for yourself. This is not a good month to be hard on yourself. You want to practice this even when you feel yourself falling into being critical of yourself. Now, the witchling we have for you is aura. A healthy aura keeps your energy in balance and harmony. Great time to work with a practitioner. Whenever I see messages come up like this, energetic work is a really, really, really valuable thing to invest in. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but that's what I do. I'm an energetic counselor, so it's not just tarot, but it's like, even if it's not me, that's not really the point here. It's just like, pick someone that you like, that you trust, that you feel really connected to, and this would be a good time to invest in yourself, to invest in your energetic healing, and as well as just doing things like maybe that's not an investment that you're willing to make right now. You can still do things that are really healing for yourself. And so I would recommend just doing whatever it is that feels good and right for you, as well as paying attention to where you feel good. Like, what environments would you feel really connected to? Okay, now we also have the sea serpent. I think, I forget which chakra, because these actually correspond with chakras. I'm blanking on this one at the moment. I think it's the second chakra, but I'm not positive. But really what I'm getting from this more than anything else is about adaptations. So how you're adapting to your environment, how you are evolving personally, how you are kind of moving through the lessons that you're working with right now. And it's really an indication of growth. This is going to be a big growth month for Aquarius, like definitely challenging all of the old wounding that you have. That's why you have all this compassion, making sure you're energetically healthy, making sure that you're adapting to the way that things are for the better. This is all for your highest good. This is all stuff that is going to be really cleansing for you in October. And then we also have evolve. What what did I just say? Oh my God, I love this because it's like right after I read something or interpret something, the corresponding card pops up. Favor incremental changes over quantum leaps. Further maturation may be required to meet your goal. Celebrate your new self. Honor any grief in releasing the old. This is exactly what I was talking about with you guys. So this is going to be a really instrumental month in terms of your healing. I am telling you right now, if you can, get support from either body work, energetic work. It's just a good time to seek support that you need, or if it's kind of been in the back of your mind, like, yeah, I need to do that thing for myself. This is the month to do it. It's just like the climate is right. So take advantage. It's like you're going to be able to get a lot done if you're working with this. Okay, now the central energy for Aquarius is the 10 of Wands. So I think you have a lot going on. It's going to be busy. And that's kind of why you want to focus on taking really good care of yourself. And you might need to have compassion for yourself for wanting to bite off more than you can chew, or overdoing, or overcommitting, or whatever the case may be. You just might have a lot going on in October. And I would really recommend that you kind of take a look at what you're trying to accomplish, and if you are overexerting yourself, or if you're making the incremental changes then rather than trying to make quantum leaps. Aquarians, more than other signs, I notice, kind of want instant gratification all the time. And so it's kind of like you're going to have to take a step back from that, because you're going to get frustrated with yourself and you're going to just kind of you're going to end up here. So this is just reminding you, hey, check yourself. Are you celebrating the small wins, or are you ignoring them? Because it's going to be easier to feel overwhelmed if you're not taking a moment to just show gratitude for what you've been able to accomplish so far. What you need to know about the month of October is the Emperor. This is about divine masculine. I'm going to clarify this to see what exactly the context is here. What does Aquarius need to know about October? The Tower. So this is actually the discharge and breaking down of divine masculine. What I mean by that is the way that you pursue your goals, the way that you pursue maybe a partner, the way that you pursue anything and everything is getting broken down. It's kind of, it has to burn down in order for you to rebuild it. That's kind of what the Tower represents. And this is specific to the Emperor. It's specific to divine masculine. And so you might find that you have a completely, by the end of the month, the way that you pursue things is going to be completely flipped upside down. And this is in support of you getting to where you need to go. It's all in support of you making the big changes and doing things that are going to carry you higher and elevate you. Now, the advice for you in October is the Ace of Chalices. So this is equivalent to the Ace of Cups. And it really is about filling your cup. This is not about throwing energy out at other people. It's not about throwing energy out at other situations. It's not about being in servitude in any way, shape, or form. This has to be you're pouring back into yourself. That's why in the beginning you have compassion, energetic health, evolution. These are the things that, this is the climate that you're in. And this can feel like the 10 of Wands. That's okay. But what you want to do is give back to yourself. You have to take time for yourself. You have to take time to heal. You have to take time to process. Allow yourself that. Celebrate the small wins. Like I said, recognize how far you've come and know that you're on your way to bigger and better things. That is absolutely a part of the process, but you're going to get overwhelmed if you don't take the time to nourish yourself. This is the external environment. We have the Eight of Pentacles, so you have to apply effort here. This isn't something that's just going to organically happen. You're kind of going to have to, it's like this might actually be really challenging for yourself. It might be something where you're having, you have an easier time when you ignore yourself, when you ignore your body's signals, when you ignore your needs, when you ignore your mental and emotional and spiritual health. That could easily be the case. And that's why the advice is coming up as give to yourself. If you're investing purely in the external experience rather than in yourself, you're going to be sorely disappointed when you're lacking fulfillment, when in reality it's just about flipping the script and understanding that it starts with you watering your own lawn rather than trying to water everyone else's, or just be, it seems like you want to be really conscious about where you are putting your energy. Okay, so that's kind of, you're going to be hyper aware of where your investments are growing and where they're not. What's healing for you this month? The Lovers. This is going to show up a couple different ways. It could be that there's some resolution or completion of a cycle in terms of relationship baggage or relationship trauma. This can go as far back as birth, right? So if you have abandonment issues, this is a relational experience that you're having. If you have any type of attachment wounding, any type of relational anything, which a lot of us do, then that's part of what's going to be highlighted. And the reason why is because you're giving to yourself, or the advice here is that you, it's a good idea for you to give to yourself. But again, this is optional. You still have free will. So it just seems that a lot of the relational things that have impacted you in the past are actually going to be healing you for you in October. So you might see a deep, deep sense of healing and resolution if you're applying yourself. Okay, it's not easy and it doesn't come without you investing. Okay, now what's shifting out for you this month is the Page of Wands. This is like some ferocity, like anger, frustration, things not going your way, getting burnt out and just kind of digging yourself into a hole. So it's like that part of you that just is, the part of you that feels like you want to control everything, or the part of you that wants to lash out, that's what's shifting out. So you're really doing a lot of work and repairing a lot of that. So the oncoming energy is the Two of Pentacles. This is where you have the opportunity to make different decisions. Like you can just recognize that you can actually change the way you are doing things, and you have opportunities throughout October to really evolve within yourself and change your direction. Okay, the clarifier is the Four of Arrows. This is the Four of Swords in a normal deck. And so for you, it's kind of like, when in doubt, rest. If you don't know what to do about a situation, you need to step away from it. This is not a good month to burn something to the ground or be impulsive or overexert yourself unnecessarily. It's one of those things that you want to be very conscious with your investments, with your time, with your energy, and with what your body needs. Like, pay attention to these things, because your body is going to leave context clues. And so that's something that you really want to be in tune with and pay attention to. And if you're new to that idea, if you're new to that process, that's also why practitioner work could actually help you, because if you're working with somebody who's able to reflect back to you, then you're able to better navigate uncertain waters and uncharted territory. So sometimes it's like, if you're brand new to it, you might need a little bit of guidance, you might need a little bit of support. Okay, now we're going to get into the timeline portion of the reading. So if you're new to my channel, first quarter, so this is where you'll start October, a second, third, and fourth quarter, that'll be where you end October. So first thing coming up is no one is yours but you. So think about, you know, are you collecting people? Are you dealing with trying to manage someone else's behavior? This is showing up as the relational issues. They might be glaring in the beginning of October, where you have to make a conscious decision to take care of yourself and nourish yourself. This doesn't mean just retreat and become introspective and just sit with yourself and isolate. That's not what this is. It's more about where your energy is going, and it can't go into managing someone else's behavior. It can't do that, or like trying to make things go a certain way. You might find that it actually isn't helpful for you. So just, I think that this has to do with you healing the lovers, the relational piece. That's what's coming up in the beginning of October, or this is just highlighting it to you. Second quarter, suppression of a star being by hands unworthy. Okay, this card has been coming up a lot in October for a lot of different signs. So you, in another one of your readings, you may have found that this has made an appearance in either your sun, moon, or rising sign elsewhere. And remember that no one can make you feel something, okay? And it sounds counterintuitive, right? Like, unless someone punches you in the mouth and there's like a physical injury, no one can emotionally make you feel a certain way. People can be hurtful, people can be vile, people can be manipulative and abusive. Like, that's totally true. I'm not discrediting that. But remember that your internal strength, your internal endurance and stamina that you've been building, and that you can actually create more, it's like you can create awareness around why this is false, why other people can't make you feel a certain way. It's something where you are actually, like, you don't have to allow this to happen. And it is a pattern that starts really early on. And so you want to be really conscious of what are you allowing other people to influence within yourself? And is that something that is working for you, or is that something that needs to shift out? Like, other people's opinions and thoughts and feelings, if all of that were to go away, what would you have left? No one is yours but you. Okay, so that's why you have to take all of this into consideration throughout October, that pouring into yourself is going to be a better bet than giving a lot of power to someone else. Okay, quarter 3, we have Smother. How have you felt smothered in your life? How have you felt suffocated? Is it by the people around you? Is it by your friends? Is it by your parents? Like, what is it that is making you feel smothered or suffocated? And this is where you're going to get healing. This is where you are going to really see big changes getting made, is right when you're backed into a corner and you feel like you're starting to lose yourself, or the pain point is where the shift happens. Okay, so that's why Smother is coming up. It's very much related to this, where it's like, are you feeling smothered by something in the external? Are you experiencing feeling smothered just based on where you've placed value in your life? And then fourth quarter, we have spirits to guide you. You're going to get a lot of information. I think that by the end of the month, you kind of get that breath of fresh air. Like, I feel better. Okay, yes, that makes sense. Yes, that is everything's like coming together. I think if you, it's just about like having these things reflected to you is how you heal them. If everything were to just be at a plateau, you wouldn't learn, you wouldn't grow, you wouldn't get anything out of all this work that you've been doing. And it's just like you kind of have to wade through this emotional work, the relational piece that you have running right now. Okay. Oh, I also want to mention, for some of you, this could even be an old relationship that you're healing from. The Lovers could be. All right, so as you all know, we're doing a 3-card pick. Use these for whatever you want. You can pick one, you can pick all 3. I mean, it really doesn't matter. This reading is all for you, so you are welcome to do whatever you'd like with it. Okay, card number 1, we have Mother of Swords. This points to no one is yours but you. The Mother of Swords or the Queen of Swords is really gifted at focusing on herself, her needs, her wants, desires, and then claiming that for herself. And so you can actually use the Queen of Swords as a model for how you can approach this month. Okay, card number 2, we have Temperance, Balance, Easy Does It. Remember, this card is pointing more to the evolution card. Favor incremental changes over quantum leaps. That is absolutely the case with the Temperance card. It's not everything is going to change overnight. It's slow and steady. And then card number 3, we have Father of Wands. This is you feeling really fiery this month, like you might actually feel a burst of energy, like you can actually invest in more things. Just be careful with overcommitting and then burning yourself out. That's the one thing where the Father of Swords or the King of Swords kind of falls short is yeah, let's initiate, let's do all this stuff and practice all these things, and then it ends up being too much to handle. So just be conscious, you know, don't lose sight of balance and what your priorities are, okay? So that is all for the reading, but don't forget, if you are interested in, I've had a few requests for people who want me to review decks. And so now that I have a physical mailing address, it's in the description box. You're welcome to check that out if you want to send me something, or maybe just a hello or a postcard. I have no expectations for the mailbox, but I'm really excited to have a new way to like play with you guys and interact with you guys. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So you're welcome to send something if you'd like. No pressure. I don't know if I'll be able to respond to everything. It just depends how much I get, but I'd like to do something with like pen pal stuff, but I'm not committing to that right now. Okay, I also want to let you know I am going to be going on vacation from October 5th to the 17th. My autoresponder will be on, and that is, you know, it'll send all of the information if you still want to send me an email or if you need to reach out to me for any reason. So if you want to work with me, it would be a good idea to do it before the 5th. Or, you know, after the 17th, there's usually a little bit of a bottleneck. So I will be back to doing readings and having sessions on the 18th. That's when that'll pick back up. So that is going on. And then one more thing, I am changing my prices for my tarot spreads. It's nothing astronomical. It's a $5 increase that's going to be happening on November 1st. So if you are wanting to take advantage of my current prices while they're here in October, I know that people are going to be wanting to get the 2019 readings for purchase. So I am going to make that option available on my website if you want to take advantage of that now. Just under the timeline, select 2019 if you go to my website and purchase a tarot spread, and you can start getting the ball rolling on that now if you'd want. Okay, and that is all that I have for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Aquarius, so much. I appreciate every single one of you. And until next time, have a lovely October. Good luck with everything, and I wish you all the best. Have a good one. Bye-bye.